Welcome here to a very special Dolphin Dive in our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with the LeMoyne College Dolphins here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life. We are on campus on the Heights with interim head coach of the LeMoyne College men's soccer team, Callum Donnelly, who, no big deal, are going to the postseason in their first season in Division I. So before I properly introduce you, I want to tell all of you something that I told you months ago when you came up to me and said, is LeMoyne ready? Can they compete? Who do you think can actually do something on the fields or the courts, Dan? Well, going to the playoffs in the first season in Division I, yeah, I think they can compete. And I told you that they could. And men's and women's soccer both had tremendous jobs out there, a ton of ties, pushed so many teams. And I want to give credit to both of the soccer teams here and to honor Callum Donnelly and his staff and the student athletes for your incredible job to get to the postseason in your first season going from D2 to D1. Massive accomplishment, Callum. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think when we set out what we wanted to achieve this season, we wanted to try and make a push to get in the playoffs, and then I'm happy that we went on and achieved that. And now I think it's a time to believe and go on and go on and enjoy ourselves at this stage. We've played against all the teams so far, so we know what to expect in every single game, and we're excited for postseason. This is where it really counts now.
And you are going to be playing Fairleigh Dickinson. You've played them before, like you said. What did you learn from what you've seen going back and watching the film in those matchups with Fairleigh Dickinson?
So I think we knew they were the conference champions from last year, so we knew they were going to be a really tough test for us. I think when we played them, they gave us a real awakening at this level of, we actually performed really well in the first half. We had a lot of chances in the match, and then boom, in the second half, first 5 minutes they score. I think it was probably their first chance in the match, and then and then we found it difficult to get back in the game, and they started to get a little bit control of the match. So I think it's just showing at the level how ruthless these teams are, how many good players that they've got. They can just turn it on in a flash. But again, we're excited. We know what they're about. We know they've got a lot of good players, but we feel we've got good players as well.
You started your first Division I season and your first season as a head coach ever going up against Penn State, which seems like a million years ago. But you go on the road to Penn State, lose to Penn State, then you go on the road to St. Peter's and you tie them. So in your first two games, you have a tie. And then you have your game against Lafayette, your game against Monmouth. You lose by 1 goal against Lindenwood in your first game here at home on Ted Grant Field. And then after that, you have 3 straight ties. University of Delaware on the road, Stonehill at home, Canisius on the road, and then you defeat Central Connecticut State for your first ever victory in Division I, your first road victory in Division I, and your first win in the NEC as well. Just what you could say about starting off the season, playing Penn State, then getting a tie, then having a losing streak, and then having 3 straight ties, and then pulling off a victory after that. I mean, this team that you have fought so incredibly tough, and some of these end game, results of 3-1 or 3-0 or 4-0 don't adequately show how hard your team fought. But I mean, just looking at this part of the schedule to start off, it says a lot about how prepared you were.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a credit to the guys. I think we battled, we fought hard in every single game, and to be honest, that's the bare minimum that me and my staff asked for the players. So we've been really proud of how they've not only have they worked hard, but all the adversity they've faced this season in terms of all the travel, all the injuries we've had, all the key players we had missing, especially in the probably 3/4 of the first part of the season, 3/4 into the season, we've had a lot of our guys missing. So it's only now where we're starting to see we're getting some bodies back. So all of that combined with the travel, so we're really happy with how the guys worked. We knew it was going to be a really difficult out of conference schedule. And as I said, I think the big aim for us was to try and be competitive in the conference and, making playoffs in the first year. I think we've shown that. obviously, I think as a coach, I will always want more. I think there's been a couple of games in conference where I think we could have got a better result. But again, I'm really proud of where we're at this season. I'm happy that we're getting a chance to play for an NEC tournament.
You know, and you have 7 ties this season. What does that mean to you? I mean, I know they're not victories, but first season in Division One, and of the 16 games that you played, 16 that you had there right on the field, almost half of them were ties.
I think it shows we've been really competitive. I think some of them I've been delighted with the ties. Some of them I've come away disappointed, and I think that's a testament to the group and how they performed this year. About, you know, maybe in another time I would have been happy with all the results we've had, but I think given the performances we've showed, I've also come away disappointed and maybe not getting a win here or there. But I understand it's a totally new level for me. It's a totally new level for the players. But I think it's a great foundation to build from for going forward into this program.
You've carried the interim tag all season. How confident, hopeful are you that tag will go away and it'll just say head coach?
Well, I would love that. I mean, I love the program. I love working at LeMoyne. The players give me absolutely everything. I love working with them, and sometimes that makes it difficult because when a result doesn't go our way, you know, I'm putting it on myself, and ultimately I want them to experience the joy that comes with winning games and making the postseason. So I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I know my staff members have done the same. So, but we would love to take it going forward. And again, but all I can do just now is just take it a day at a time and just keep giving my all, which is what I've done so far.
Well, the resume has a couple wins in Division One. In the first season in Division One, has the opportunity to win or tie you've done in the conference. And like we talked about, 7 ties to go on the road and tie teams as well, to play so many road games and to be in the postseason. I would think that's a pretty good resume to hopefully keep you around for a little bit.
Yeah, no, as I said, I would love it, but again, it's completely out of my hands. I've tried to work as hard as I possibly can.
Can I vote?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but no, as I said, it's someone else's, you know, it's other people's decision. So again, I'm working as hard as I can, and all my staff members and the players, all they can do is just come in and try to improve every single day. And then, you know, that's hopefully at the end, people are going to be proud of what we've accomplished, and I'm sure they will be.
do you feel like this team making it to the postseason after not knowing what Division One was going to look like? You're not playing the same conference opponents. You're in a totally new conference, a totally new division. Everything feels new and different. The schedule is different with having a bunch of road games on top of what you're typically used to. So seeing them navigate through all of it now that they're in the postseason, do you feel like your student athletes are going to kind of play with house money, play free? And I mean, do you feel like they feel pressure, or do you feel like they, at this point, just kind of feel like, hey, we've done so much already, let's just go out and play the game and have a good time?
Well, I always want them to have a good time and enjoy it. However, I think we're at the point this season where we've been really competitive, where I really believe that this group can go out and do something special. I don't think we can fear any of the teams that we're up against. We've got to respect them of how good some of these opposition are that we're playing against. But we also have to believe in ourselves. And I think the performances over the year have shown us that we can compete with anyone at this level, and we've got to go out and prove it. And that, I want them to feel that pressure. I think they've earned that right of pressure, but I also want them to go and enjoy it.
Sunday, November 5th, 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Eastern time. You can watch on LeMoyneDolphins.com. Thoughts about this Sunday?
Excited, very excited. As I said, this is where we wanted to be when we took this job over. We said that making the postseason would be good, and it's where everyone wants to be. Everyone wants to play for a championship match. So the fact that we're in it, we're giving ourselves an opportunity. We know it's going to be tough going to Teaneck, New Jersey, but as I said, we're going to prepare the best way we can, go out and enjoy it, go out and work as hard as we possibly can, and hopefully we can get a good result to take us into the next round.
In the background of all of this, and I know you're focused on the postseason here, but in the background, Sacred Heart and Mary Mac announcing they're going to the MAC, the MAAC, and knowing that Stonehill doesn't count toward the membership yet, neither does LeMoyne. So when you need 6 to be a sponsored sport, what are your thoughts on the fact of knowing that the NEC is going to have to make some moves and do some things in the future?
I think from my perspective, and I can only talk about our sport, is I would always want to be in the most competitive league possible. To give, I want us to, and I think Sacred Heart and Merrimack, both in our sport, have been very good programs. The coaches there have done a great job. So it's going to be sad to see them go. And obviously, when you're losing 2 programs like that, you lose a little bit more competitiveness in the league. So yeah, I mean, it's upsetting to hear that, and I'm hopefully the conference will come to a resolution about the trying to get another team in. I know it's an issue for other sports, especially basketball and lacrosse. So I just want us to be in a position here where all the coaches stand together. We want to help each other out, and I just hope that for all the other sports' sake that the NEC can come to a resolution just so we have that AQ going forward.
And a final note here from Callum Donnelly, the head coach here for LeMoyne Dolphins men's soccer. Why do you believe in your staff and your student athletes at this point in the season, getting to the postseason? Why do you believe that this team isn't done yet?
Because I work with them every day, and I see the fire in their eyes every time they step on the pitch. And that's not only the players, but also the staff members. I think we're really hungry. We're determined. We want to prepare the right way. We want to go out and I think from a staff perspective, we want to give back to the players so they can experience that joy. And then I think from the players' perspective, they just want to play for each other and play for the program. And hopefully that's a recipe that we can go in and take into this postseason and get this first win on Sunday and keep the season going longer. I don't think anyone's ready to be done.
Yeah, I know that I'm not, because it feels like the season just started and now we're in the postseason. So you got to keep going. So got to keep going here, got to keep soccer going, and got to stay on the pitch here in this beautiful fall weather. So with that being said, Callum Donnelly, our head coach here for men's soccer for the LeMoyne Dolphins in this edition of Dolphin Dive on Wake Up Call. As always, Callum, to you, to the staff, to the student athletes, to all the support that you have, to all of the families out there and the alumni, thank you for everything. Thank you for those that are traveling and those that are going to watch the match online as well. And I mean, I can't thank you enough, because from the beginning to now, I've been in your corner, and I couldn't be happier for a more well-deserving person, staff, and team.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate taking the time to talk to me today. So let's get it done on Sunday. History
in the making. First year in Division I. Why not go to the postseason? Callum Donnelly and men's soccer here at LeMoyne. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dan.